Pisces, welcome to your May monthly overall reading. I'm not going to do a love reading for each sign this month. I'm actually going to do it similar to the May pick a card reading. So if you haven't already checked that out, go and check it out. We're going to do a similar format and cover love, money, and life in general. Love for Pisces, money, and life in general. Okay, we'll take those. All right, let's see what else is going on here. Let's actually dive into love. You've got Pluto and transformation. Okay, so this is usually, it's usually a tougher kind of time in love in May for you, Pisces. Please only take what resonates here. Don't let anything take from you. Like, don't get down and out about this kind of message. This is really like personal development and kind of like a heads up where you can then change the course of your actions possibly, because we can't change other people. But you have the free will to change how you react to certain situations. And so please just take this with a grain of salt and do with it as you will. Okay. So this is often talking about, something that needs to like disintegrate. Okay, it's almost compost. It's using your resources and using them to like their nth degree. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, I'm going to peel my banana. I'm going to use the banana on my cereal, and then I'm going to put the skin in the compost, and then I'm going to let that break down over time. Okay, and then I'm going to maybe add some compost accelerator, and then I'm going to, when it turns to liquid, I'm going to mix that with water and pour it onto my plants and flowers, and possibly even your vegetables, herbs, that kind of thing. And then you're going to make food with it. Okay, so it's a process of taking one thing to the nth degree and using it resourcefully and using it to the extreme. Okay, and it can often be talking about extremes. Okay, you might have the vultures coming out to kind of pick up the scraps, and that's okay, because there's a sense of like one man's trash is another man's treasure with this. Let's have a look at what that's got to do with your love life in general. I feel like there might be an explosive event, and there might be a sense of a cycle coming to an end and then something else starting all over again. Okay, I feel like my throat chakra is like getting blocked here. So I feel like you may have already had the ending, and the volcano, right? It looks like it's erupted, and you're kind of like sifting through the soot, okay? You're sifting through the ashes, okay? To find what you can actually use to fuel something else and fuel transformation. So if you are in a committed relationship, whether you're dating or whether you're single, I feel like you actually are here waiting for something to change, waiting for your ship to come in. It's almost like waiting for the green light. And then the King of Wands is like really the green light, or as I should say, the red light, okay? Because it's a fire sign. Sagittarius energy here as well, but also Leo energy with the lion in the background there. This is someone who isn't going to play around, okay? So it's almost, like I said, one man's trash is another man's treasure. It's almost like you had to clear something out that, although it was, a volcano although it's beautiful, there's just something that it's volatile, okay? It's just, you're waiting for something to blow, okay? You're waiting for something to go wrong. And I feel like you may have been in a situation where you've possibly been treading on eggshells, and now you want to there's like a smoky quartz coming out of the earth here, okay? Now you want to have some clarity over what needs to be rebirthed, what needs to have your power behind it, okay? I see you stepping into your power as well. But I really do see this King of Wands being someone coming through. Who is coming through here? Two of Swords. You might have a decision to make about this person. Why? Why the Two of Swords? The Hanged Man. You need to get a new perspective on this. Yeah, you are kind of blinding yourself, or you're blindfolding yourself about this decision. I feel like you may be a little bit in denial that you're ready to move on. Interesting, because here you are appearing to wait. But then the King of Wands presents and he feels very stable. For a fire sign, it's like someone who's very passionate but not flighty, okay? Someone who's very giving but not obsessed with their work. Like someone who is very attractive and you're like, no, not for me. I'm not ready yet. And you could miss out on something good here. But I do feel like you're in a position of limbo where you're like, whoa, hang on a minute. Here's my epiphany. Here's my new thought process of like, well, what if? What if I was deserving? What if I had done enough work, right? What if this was the right choice for me, okay? What if this was the right choice for me? What is happening with this? Will Pisces choose this King of Wands? Will they make that decision? Ace of Swords, yeah. There's a breakthrough in your thinking, for sure. You're actually going to be like over-analyzing your options here, but look, you could have another offer that comes in. If you say no to the King of Wands and you're just like, no, I'm not ready, okay? And then you have a period of limbo, possibly, you know, the middle of May is a bit quieter for you and you start weighing up your options. You might have the epiphany where you go, you know what, I don't think I'm ready. And then someone else appears, okay? That is for some of you. I'm just going to clarify if this King of Cups is the King of Wands or if it's a different person. Can we clarify who is this King of Cups? Oh, that's flipped. The Knight of Wands. Yeah, look, I feel like they're the same person. This King of Wands and the King of Cups. I feel like it's the same person. Okay, I feel like it's one person that, although you said I'm not ready here, I need some time to, you know, get my ish together from the explosive, you know, breakup or the explosive time that I've just had in love. I need some time before I, you know, jump the gun with you, kind of, so to speak. And maybe you do start, you know, checking out online dating or something like that, or you go on a few dates and then you get the clarity, okay? Then the cogs start turning, and I really think that you find the logical reason why it makes sense to come in and say yes to this person, okay? I feel like this is you, this Knight of Wands here. I feel like it's like a brand new little spark begins, and that's where this King of Wands realizes, look, if I come in more as a King of Cups energy, and I'm just talking like energy, not gender, when I say a king and he, okay? I really feel like this person starts to realize the growth that you needed to have, the healing that you needed to have, the time alone that you possibly needed to have, and come to your own conclusions. And this person has really let you do that. And I think this person is very emotionally mature enough to realize that they maybe came in a bit too hot and heavy and that you're not like everyone else, okay? By you kind of denying this person to begin with, or just kind of putting them at arm's length, I do think that this person changes the way that they come in towards you, and that sets your soul on fire, okay? It's not so much about the physical that was attracting you in this situation. It's more so that you needed the emotional to turn your physical back on, okay? So you might have been cheated on in a past relationship, because that would very much bring about that kind of response. Well, I need to feel safe in order to, you know, open myself up and be vulnerable, in that kind of intimate setting with someone, okay? So that's a very interesting take on love for you. Can we get like the overall emotions for how this is going to feel? What emotion in love is highlighted for May for Pisces? That's way too many, a lot. I feel like you're going to be on a bit of a roller coaster this month, Pisces. And that's okay, because look, you're in this limbo position. My watch just beeped at me, so I feel like there's a sense of like, I want to get my health in order. I want to get my, you know, I have some goals or deadlines that I need to meet as well. And that's why you might be in a little bit of a denial when it comes to the decision you need to make. And it's not like, when I say you need to make, that's not me or spirit forcing you to make any kind of decision. It's just a feeling that you get, okay? And it's the energy that's coming off for you. You're having a transformation, and Pluto ain't easy. So I think you're being quite gentle with yourself, and I think this is actually quite a good outcome. considering that kind of energy that we started with there, okay? This is a clearing energy. I think you're just a little bit suspicious, okay? You're a little bit suspicious of someone who comes in a bit too hot and heavy after what you've been through. I think a lot of people can relate to that, okay? A very specific emotion when it comes to love. Whoa, there's so much. Let's just go through it and then we'll take the main one, which is energy, okay? I think that buzzing on my watch was really about like moving the energy through, okay? Because this track's movement. It's moving the energy through your body, and that's what you do with volcanic explosive tower kind of moment energy, is you really have to move it through. You have to sort through the ashes, you have to make way for new growth, and it's moving things forward slowly but surely. So I think your energy is having a big shift in love, okay? And I think that's a good thing. We've got sadness there. Yeah, I definitely feel that there's a sense of like, am I ready to move on? Is it bad for me to, bad, okay, quote unquote, is it bad for me to be seen to be moving on so quickly? Because I think this person does kind of take you by surprise, even though you've been sitting here in the Three of Wands energy kind of like waiting for what's next, okay? I think this King of Wands actually kind of triggers you to get moving, okay? Even though you have the Hangman here and it is a limbo stage where you kind of like need to pause, I don't think you're pausing for too long, because it makes you realize, oh, I have options. Let me explore those options, and then you can make a firm decision. So there is some sadness about what was, okay? And some sadness about how it all happened. Then you've got passion, and I think that's the Knight of Wands energy that you come forward with, where you're like, okay, here's my, you know, kind of teenage crush energy coming back in, which is what you want. Which is what you want, okay? It feels like, look, I'm just gonna take it slow and steady. I'm not gonna rush into anything, but I do feel a little spark, and so I have to honor that, okay? You've got a bit of anger here as well, okay? So with passion comes a bit of anger, but I think that you'll be able to channel that. There's something alchemizing about that eye, okay? It feels like you'll be able to compartmentalize that as well. And I also feel like with moving the energy through your physical body, so whether you're like working out a bit more, whether you're meditating more, whether you are just like gardening, you know, being physical in different ways. And it does come back, of course, to intimacy as well. Being physical in that sense will help you process a lot of things. I feel like some of you might even cry when you first kind of get intimate with this person, but I won't go too much into that. You've also got that cleansing energy. There's the crying, okay? Sadness, you may cry, but sadness can also feel heavy. I'm also feeling very much in your heart chakra can feel quite heavy. I also think diving under waves. I saw that when I was talking about moving energy through. I saw you diving under a wave. That can be extremely healing. You come up as like a new person. If you don't have waves near you, of course, like a pool, a bathtub, like just even in the shower, okay? Carefully, of course. And then space. It's really giving yourself like the time and the space to heal, and also having like a blank space in your mind. It's like you're able to wipe the slate clean, and that's that rebirth energy that you finally want to get to. So that's beautiful for you. I'm going to leave that energy card there. Let's jump into I might need to get another deck actually. Let's dive into the money aspect here. It's interesting that the money comes up with love, okay? You've got Venus and love. So this is talking about things actually going well. And this is why you might be throwing yourself into, you know, what's next? How can I transform? How can I move the energy through? You might actually come to a place where you start attracting. Let me just channel this for a second. Let me get a few cards. What's happening here in money and career in May for Pisces, please? With this Venus energy. What is going on here? Lovers. I'm going to take it upright. Interesting energy. Love. Love. What is happening here in career? Are you meeting this person through work, and that's why you're like, oh, I'm not sure about how much like heat you're bringing in a workplace environment, bro? There's that kind of energy where you're just a bit taken back. I'm so sorry if you hate the word bro, but that's just what flew out of my mouth. Okay, the Hermit energy. This art depiction is very interesting because she has got a laptop. Okay, and that always makes me think of work, but it also makes me think of like working from home or working at something alone. Okay, and I think with the Chariot energy, that movement is very important. Okay, you might actually be changing jobs. Okay, you might be moving jobs, or you might be moved to a different department where, this is only for some of you, it's quite specific, where you might actually start working with another person and you haven't done that before. Okay, what else? What else for career, money? There's an introspection that comes with the Hermit energy that can be very similar to the Hangman energy. And I feel like it's a sense of, I need to take care of business first. I need to like get myself sorted. Remember when I said I need to get my ish together? There's that kind of energy that I want to show up for myself first before I show up for anyone else. And I think that's really cool. And I think this person will understand that, okay? Not at first perhaps, but I think as I get to know you, especially through work, or through the way you present yourself through work, I think they will understand that they need to, you know, not rush in and actually like create, like cut you where you're already cut, okay? Not create any more wounds. This could also very much talk about being let go from a job, okay, that you possibly really loved, but I also think that what's coming next is a bigger blessing. It's something you'll love more. Can you confirm the Three of Swords energy here, please, Spirit? The Three of Swords. Can you confirm when it comes to love and, I mean, when it comes to money and career? Yeah, you're going to love it even more. There's a lot of positivity coming. It feels like this clearing energy is actually flowing into this. And it feels like you're actually magnetizing towards you new opportunities and new people who present opportunities to you in a way where they understand the losses that you've suffered, okay? Potentially you've had a lot going on in your head as well, and you were kind of like breaking your own heart when it came to, okay, overspending is what I'm getting with this Three of Swords in the money and career. In order to heal, I think you may have been overspending, you might have been overthinking, and you're kind of like breaking your own heart. But I think brighter days are ahead, and if it is a case that you're moving to a new job with this Chariot energy, I think it's something where it actually speaks more to your soul, okay? It feels more like a sense of freedom. It might even give you a better lifestyle, but I think it's a small opportunity to begin with, and you're going to see all the positives about this opportunity. Very, very interesting. Can we just get one more card on the Knight of Pentacles? And I'm seeing the Eight of Wands. Yeah, I think there might be a lot of communication back and forth about, okay, well, how could I do this? This might even be a side hustle, guys. It might be something that comes about that you're like, I really wasn't expecting this. And maybe this person that you're meeting in love, because we've got love and the Lovers in the money position, this person might actually present you with an opportunity that you're like, okay, this is all too much when it comes to love. But I think if you, like, the Chariot is Cancer energy. I think if you really tap into your emotions about this situation, you'll be able to see where you were potentially like breaking your own heart over and over again. And if you just ask all the right questions and get the right information, I think you'll be able to see that slow and steady wins the race when it comes to earning more money, okay? When it comes to advancing in your career, it's like, okay, I'm just going to pace myself, but I think the communication is going to be coming in thick and fast, and you're understanding that you actually have like a more positive outlook on things, and that's helping you to, this is what this gives, slowing down to speed up. Okay, have you ever heard that before? Let me know in the comments below. It's a case of, okay, I need to take stock of my financial situation, my work situation, and then with, you know, on and off communication, perhaps with financial advisors, perhaps with co-workers, perhaps with other people who are offering you new opportunities. You're having backwards and forwards, you're getting all the information out on the table so that you can make an educated decision here that makes you go, okay, now, if I want to achieve this, I'm going to reverse engineer something. This is very similar to one of the readings that I just did in the, like, what Spirit's financial advice is about the sweet spot. If you haven't watched that, go and watch that. It is a timeless reading, so, you know, check it out when it feels right for you. But very similar kind of energy of slowing down to speed up so that you can get things moving in the right direction, okay? Again, you may be moving away from a particular role and moving towards something that actually gives you more financial abundance in the long term and sets you up into a position where you feel extremely abundant. And almost like magnetically attractive, okay? There's magnetism here, and I think that you're attracting to a better lifestyle when it comes to money and career, something that you love that feels charming. And this is very feminine energy of receiving, okay? Very much like attraction, law of attraction, magnetism. And make sure that you're visualizing with this. I have to say that. Make sure you're really visualizing exactly what you want, because although it might not seem what you want at the beginning, I feel like when you change your mindset about it, everything's flowing in the right direction. That's really interesting. Let's get an overall... I need a new adjective for interesting. Let's get an overall emotion for how this might feel. Okay, we'll go into these. Okay, there's the death energy, the end of something and the beginning of something else. Again, a lot of transformation that is bleeding into the rest of your life here. Very interesting. Determination. Yeah, that's very much the sun energy there, Leo energy. And really like looking at the mountain for what it is and going, you know what, I can do that. I've got a new sense of like, I just heard vitriol. Okay, so that's an interesting term. But a new sense of like vitality. Okay, you feel like you've got an abundance of energy when you start to like process your healing, and you want to actually move through that energy, and it trickles into this as well. And you're alchemizing that pain. Okay, you're determined to overcome this situation, overcome the pain, and get to that sun and the peak of the new mountain. Okay, you're very determined to change your situation, and it feels like for the best, to change it in a direction where I love my life, I love what I do, I'll never work a day in my life because of, you know, the work that I'm doing is something that I love. It's that kind of energy. I'm going to pop those two back. I'm then going to get another deck. Let's go with this one. Let's dive into overall life energy. You've got Sagittarius, the Voyager, and Neptune and Dreams. So this feels very expansive. Now, interesting that I said, make sure you're visualizing. This is very much something that you may even be lucid dreaming about, okay? Look that up if you haven't heard of lucid dreaming before. It's when you actually realize that you are dreaming, and then you are able to manipulate your dream and actually bring about whatever you want to create. So it's very much like visualization based. I just glanced over at my own vision board over here, so I feel like you may need to rejig your vision board, especially if someone from the past or ideas that you had from the past need to be taken off that. It's a very like clear sign to the universe that you are ready to move things in a new direction. Very much a sense of independence about that. There's also a sense that because things are so heavy with this kind of transformational energy you've got going on, that you actually just want to like maybe get away for the weekend. You maybe just want to have some naps on the weekends, or whenever your weekends are. There's a sense of like your downtime, you want to use it in a way that you are playful, in a way that you are, you know, kind of just forgetting about the healing process, and that can actually be extremely healing for you. This whole energy of like when I completely switch off, that's when my best ideas are going to come through. Or when I completely switch off, that's when my cells rejuvenate. That's when my emotions kind of level out again, and I don't feel like I'm on this crazy roller coaster. There's a real sense of just enjoying your downtime, getting away a little bit, maybe taking a little holiday that you've always dreamed of, okay? Having like a sense of imagination. And it feels very like future energy as well, okay? So I see you making really big plans for the future, something that involves like having something to look forward to now that I don't have anything to look forward to with the person over here. Or if you're in a long-term relationship and this was just a really big hiccup that you guys had to overcome, it's like, okay, to celebrate what we've achieved through this transformational process, this month I feel like you guys are booking a holiday or just setting something in motion, okay? Even if it's for even if it's for months or years down the track, it's like really putting something in motion of something to look forward to. And it's something to keep enthusiastic about and to keep the kind of magic alive, okay? And that's enjoying life. It's kind of like romanticizing your life in general and realizing that life is short, okay? There's very much like an end in this kind of energy here. There's an end. And so there's a beginning. And you are very much in control of how the next chapter looks, okay? And even if it is a sense of like you've actually lost someone or something, there can be deep sadness and deep pain about that. But there is a sense that you can utilize that to, let's not have this experience be in vain. It's that kind of energy where you actually want to like, well, that shows me that life is short. That shows me that I need to enjoy things while I have them. Okay, there's a strong sense of spirituality here as well. There's a strong sense of happy-go-lucky and lucky kind of energy coming through, where you feel lucky because you've created, it's almost like Wheel of Fortune, and you've really like pushed the Wheel of Fortune in your direction. Love that for you. 10 of Wands, yeah, okay, so feeling in general quite burdened, okay, feeling like you have the whole world on your shoulders, okay, but guess what? You also have the whole world in your hands. So are you going to say, I have the whole world on my shoulders and keep that kind of victim mentality mindset? Granted, you're very much allowed to have your emotions and feel and lean into them fully to experience them and to see them out the door, okay? But that analogy is very interesting because then you have the whole world in the palm of your hands. And what are you going to do with that? It's like the whole world is your oyster. Interesting. You are ready to put the burdens down and to step into something better. Life in general for Pisces, okay, 8 of Wands in reverse this time. So this is like, although there's a lot of communication about work, there is a point where you're like, I'm just going to put my phone down for a sec because like I need a minute, okay? And that's that escapism energy. That's that just like digital detox kind of energy, maybe taking like a little retreat and wanting to only allow like certain people into your communication zone anyway. Oh, there's the Wheel of Fortune energy, okay? Very much like having a change of heart, having a change of luck, a cycle coming to an end, a cycle coming to a close. Okay, you've got the 5 of Cups and the 6 of Wands. So having some kind of success over a disappointment. It's really like feeling a sense of victory, like okay, by the end of May, I feel like I'm really proud of myself that I overcame this situation. And I'm proud of like putting those burdens down and setting these new boundaries and for pushing that Wheel of Fortune in my direction. And I feel good. I feel confident. I feel like I can move forward with a sense of enchantment again. I can see life through like heart eyes again instead of through, you know, crying eyes. Okay. What else? Final message here for Pisces in May when it comes to their life in general, please, Spirit. The Death energy again. It's very jumpy too. So it's interesting that it's like a cycle really has come to a close, but it's this skull of a deer, I guess, is sitting in a field of flowers, okay? So the rebirth is already well underway by the end of May. That's why you're proud of yourself. That's why you feel a sense of victory and achievement and, you know, a little bit of like, okay, self-reward here for what I've been through. Okay, I'm self-rewarding for what I've been through, and that's really healthy. Okay, and I do see that you've, you know, had this slow down to speed up. That takes courage. It takes patience. You know, and I've really seen you over here like transforming the way you see an opportunity with someone else and seeing someone's heart and allowing them to see your heart. That's a lot to be proud of, Pisces, okay? You've got the 5 of Pentacles underneath. There's no more being left out in the cold. Your future is like looking really bright here. 2 of Pentacles, balancing things out, okay? 3 of Cups and looking forward to more celebrations. Interesting. I said it again. I should say magnificent. Magnificent. Okay, success. There you go. Okay, this is very much future energy. Okay, it's not just the end of May. You might just see a glimmer of it at the end of May, but I'm really feeling like you're setting yourself up for success for the rest of the year. And I feel like for like another 9-year cycle here, Pisces. Very interesting there. Again, oh my goodness, please give me some new adjectives in the comments below before I'm sick of myself. All right, let's get a self-care card out here for you, Pisces, because there's a lot going on. So take good care of yourself. Oh, interesting. I said it again. Stop. Someone count. Look, I think all of this is interesting to you. And that's really good. I think you're going to see the lessons within all of this. And instead of letting it get you down for too long, I think you're just going to be like, wow, isn't life so interesting? You know, and there's a sense of like, wow, what we're able to do when we transform is incredible. Take a walk, and I feel like you need to take a long walk and lots of long walks to get those thoughts in alignment. And that might be the hangman energy, that might be the hermiting energy, where you're just solo walking, and I feel like you've got nothing in your ears, you know, you're just out in the world, out in nature, and just absorbing things. I feel like it's early morning as well. Excuse me. Early morning, and so you're really just like hearing the birds come to life. You're hearing the crunch of grass under your feet or snow or whatever it is for you. It just feels like a crispness, okay? Crispy morning walk, okay? And interesting that there's a mountain that looks very similar, okay, in the background there. So you're going to get some good ideas. You're going to move that energy through in a gentle way this month, Pisces. Very, very healthy, very needed, very proud of you. If anyone can do it, Pisces, you can do it, because you've got such a big heart, okay? I also get a feeling that you need to like tap into your intuition, and it's almost like shaking the dust off your intuition so that you can trust yourself and your gut again. That's kind of what the long walk is. It's like you're walking yourself home. Home to self, home to what feels right, home to that feeling of success, home to that very dreamy energy that you guys actually are ruled by. So I love that for you. That's vision planning, okay? When you're taking a walk, you're really like vision planning, vision painting. It can be just like sleep. You can get in a trance state in taking long walks. All right. Set goals that fit you despite the pressure of others' expectations, judgment, or competition, okay? So slowing down to speed up because it suits you, and that's what's needed in your life at the moment. Set your own goals, stay in your lane, mind your own business, and that's going to serve you really well, because it's going to help you realign to what is really important for you this month, Pisces. That is what I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. Please let me know in the comments below how it resonated. I promise I won't say interesting in the next reading. Hold me to it. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.